Welcome to a fascinating journey into the human mind. Today, we're going to explore some intriguing psychology facts that reveal how our brains work and why we behave the way we do. Get ready to have your perceptions challenged and your understanding of yourself and others deepened. Let's start with a surprising fact about first impressions. Most people will judge you within just 100 milliseconds of seeing you. That's less than the blink of an eye. This highlights the incredible speed at which our brains process social cues and form initial assessments. Next, consider the myth of multitasking. While we often believe we can juggle multiple tasks simultaneously, the truth is we can only truly perform one cognitive activity at a time. Try talking and reading at once, or writing a letter while listening to an audiobook. It's incredibly difficult because our brains struggle to focus on two complex tasks simultaneously. The only exception is when the second activity is purely physical and automatic, like walking while talking on the phone. Even then, you might find yourself tripping or losing your train of thought. Here's a fact that might make you rethink your shopping habits. Marketers sometimes intentionally place expensive and cheaper products next to each other. This isn't always about offering a range of prices. It's a clever psychological trick to encourage you to buy the cheaper item, making it seem like a better deal by comparison. Did you know that physical and mental health are intimately connected? Mental health conditions can often contribute to physical health problems and vice versa. This interconnectedness underscores the importance of holistic well-being. On a more comforting note, simply holding hands with a loved one can significantly reduce stress and even pain. It's a powerful reminder of the healing power of human connection. Delving deeper into the mind, Sigmund Freud proposed that the mind has three layers: the ID, the ego, and the superego. The ID represents our primal instincts and desires. The superego embodies our moral compass and societal rules, and the ego acts as the mediator, striving for balance between the two. This framework helps us understand the internal conflicts that shape our decisions. Body language often reveals more than words. For instance, when someone turns their feet away from you during a conversation, it can be a subtle sign of disagreement or even a desire to leave the interaction. Pay attention to these nonverbal cues. They can offer valuable insights into what others are truly thinking or feeling. Now, for a sobering fact, not having friends can have the same deadly effect as smoking. This highlights the critical role social connection plays in our overall health and longevity. Loneliness and isolation can have profound negative impacts on both our physical and mental well-being. In a similar vein, a broken heart isn't just a metaphor. It can be a legitimate cause of death. This phenomenon, known as stress cardiomyopathy, occurs when extreme emotional stress leads to a sudden weakening of the heart muscle. Even something as simple as the color of a pill can impact its perceived effectiveness. Research suggests that people tend to associate certain colors with specific effects. For example, red pills are often linked to stimulants, while blue pills are associated with calmness. This demonstrates the powerful influence of our expectations and perceptions on our physical responses. Consider this modern-day anxiety. Losing a cell phone can cause levels of fear comparable to a near-death experience. In our hyper-connected world, our phones have become extensions of ourselves, and their loss can trigger significant distress, highlighting our dependence on these devices. Have you ever felt overwhelmed by too many options? This is known as the paradox of choice. The more choices we have, the less likely we are to be content with our decision. While variety seems appealing, it can lead to decision paralysis and even regret, as we second-guess whether we made the best choice. Here's a counterintuitive fact. Optimistic people don't always handle stress well. While optimism is generally seen as a positive trait, an overly optimistic outlook can sometimes lead individuals to underestimate challenges and be less prepared to cope when things go wrong. This can result in greater stress when faced with unexpected difficulties. Our bodies are incredibly attuned to our minds, even responding to things that will happen sometime in the future. For instance, when our unconscious self senses something rushing happening in the future, we can feel our heart racing faster or immediately skip things that we usually do. This anticipatory response demonstrates the deep connection between our thoughts, emotions, and physiological reactions. Finally, let's consider how easily our perception of reality can be manipulated. Human perception is easily influenced by recency, primacy, intensity, frequency, and uniqueness. These factors can give us an extremely skewed perception of everything. It's far, far more drastic than most people know or would admit. This reminds us to be critical of what we perceive and to seek out diverse perspectives. And one last thought, IQ does not work the way that most people seem to think it does. It's not just about innate intelligence. Behavior determines how much time you spend putting effort into skills. You rarely learn things without actual effort. There is no way you're going to become the next Einstein by sitting around and playing video games all day, no matter how high your IQ is. You have to work at it just like anyone else. The person with a 90 IQ that spends time every day putting in the effort to learn is smarter than the person with a 200 IQ that thinks they don't need to ever study and never puts in any effort trying to get better at what they do. These psychology facts offer a glimpse into the complexities of the human mind. By understanding these subtle influences on our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors, we can gain a deeper appreciation for ourselves and those around us. Thank you for joining us on this insightful exploration.